Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome you to a wonder-filled Wednesday this week. Really excited for my guest who's in the building. We got Tyrone Phillips in the building, y'all, director of a new play hitting the stage at ACT Theater called Golden by our very own Andrew Lee Creech. So I'm really excited to dive in with him. And y'all know how I get when we start talking theater, okay? I get excited. I get so enamored by the art form. So I'm so glad that he made time in his busy schedule to join us here today. But y'all know what? I'm always glad that you made time to join us as well. This is the top of the show, y'all already know. So it's the time for you to go ahead and share this show right here with others who you feel could benefit from our daily dose of dopeness we work to give you here on The Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, y'all know we got you covered. In this modern era of technology, you can also listen to us as a podcast anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You will find us there. Now, before I get into it with Tyrone, I got to say that, you know, last week was a week full of shows for me. And I have been talking about my son being in A Raisin in the Sun at Taproot Theater, y'all know, since the beginning. But to wrap up that show with him in his last performance on Saturday at 2 p.m. for the matinee, it really was like a journey ending, right? And I remember being a young person and being a part of productions and having to portray a character for so long that you start seeing the ways that that character resonates with you in your real life, in day-to-day life. And I'm telling you, my son definitely got an amazing outro from the full-on cast. Huge shout out to everyone who was a part of the production, who gave my guy Johnny an amazing, resounding round of applause as he wrapped up his role as Travis Younger. But also, this was for me as a parent going through something like this with him. It was so telling that the benefit of mentorship, and y'all been hearing me talk about this because I recognize how my son was through osmosis, absorbing the professionalism and understanding characterization in a deeper way from all of the adults he was on stage with. For those of you who may not be familiar with the story, Travis Younger is the only child actor in the entire play. So for him, he was around all these adults that he just met after the auditions and after he got the role, right? And had to build real relationship with them to reflect a familial structure on that stage where people could really resonate with this family, the Youngers, going through something that is still so relevant to this day. So while that show has wrapped up, I've been encouraging y'all throughout the run to make sure that you are tapping into our local venues and especially our theater houses. There are so many. I am learning about so many more. There's a lot of community theaters, smaller theaters that are putting on phenomenal productions. And if you don't tap in, you'll never know. So give them a try. Check out your local venues. Shout out to all of those folks running those venues. A lot of smaller theaters are oftentimes ran by volunteers or people who just care so much about the art form that they are giving of their time, talent, and treasure to make sure that these amazing productions hit these stages for you all to absorb. So I'm encouraging you. While you may have missed Raisin in the Sun, we're going to be talking about another play after this short break, because up next, we got Tyrone Phillips in the building, the director for Golden, that's going to be playing at ACT Theater. Now, y'all definitely are going to be learning more about this, so you can't say we didn't tell you. You definitely don't want to miss it after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Listen up, Puget Sound.
This is a call to my fellow Black business owners.
It's your girl, Vasa Gordon.
It's your boy, Eric Calligraphy, and I know times are tough out here.
Especially for our restaurants, dude. I already know you're feeling the weight.
But let me be clear. We're not going to stand by and watch our community struggle.
Here at Back to Vasa and Converge Media, we know Black businesses are the heartbeat of our community.
You bring the culture, the flavor, and the soul, and we need you to keep on thriving.
We need you. So that's why we're opening our platforms to you. Whether it's telling your story, shining a light on your challenges, grabbing resources for you to know about. Dude, we even want to help bring more customers through your doors.
Man, we got you. Are you a restaurant owner trying to keep your lights on? A new business fighting to make your mark? Whatever your story, we want to hear it and help.
In order to make that happen, we need for you to head on over to whereweconverge.com/support Black business and let us know what's happening. Let Back to Besa and Converge Media amplify your voice and help drive traffic to your business.
Man, don't wait. Converge Media is here to uplift Black business in the Puget Sound. So man, make sure you visit whereweconverge.com/support Black business and let's rise together.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Tyrone in the building. What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad you could join me in your busy schedule. I already know it takes a lot to pull these productions together, but I always love to start at the beginnings. I want the audience to know a bit more about who Tyrone is. Tell us about your beginnings in the world of theater.
Yes, well, I am a first-generation Jamaican American, and so for me, having a career in the arts is always a blessing and a privilege, and something I'm always like, this is something that not a lot of people get to do, coming from a family that immigrated, right, and migrated here. And so for me, it started in high school. I was on the football team. I had moved from inner city to suburbs, and they had a great arts program. I didn't know that yet. I was leaving because my mom made me so aware of how I looked and that I may be treated differently where we were moving because of the neighborhood. And so we were on a break in football, and I saw them drinking water out of holes coming out of a hose. And I thought to myself, if my mom saw me drinking water like a dog right now outside, would she be proud of me? And so I kid you not, that thought made me go back into the theater. I walked into my high school, made one wrong turn, and I walked into a black box, state-of-the-art theater with a tension grid across it. I didn't know what even happened in that room, but I said, whatever this is, I want to be a part of it. It would take me a year, high school starts and you get distracted. It would take me a year. So my sophomore year, they said, hey, it's theater. You got to take an acting class and theater workshop, and that's how you get in that room. And so for me, it's been about the environment. There was something special and different about that place. I felt the different possibilities that were there. It was all black, no set, no nothing in the space. And so that was the first time I said yes to theater.
Wow. And tell us a bit about some of those productions or some of the work that you did early on that really helped to cement the path for you.
Man, my teacher was incredible in that he also made us think differently. He made us artists. Even though we were in high school, it felt like we were getting our training then, right? A lot of what I know still stems from there, is what I will say about, as you're talking about professionalism, about what it means to be an artist. Like, what does your work on stage actually mean for the world? And so I quickly became someone who didn't like shows for entertainment's sake. It had to have a message. It had to have, people say that we don't do brain surgery, and I get offended because if we tell the right story, right, the practice of empathy, we actually could change the way people live their lives. And so for me, that's why I'm excited to be here also in Seattle telling this story that I think is going to not only make us reflect, but do something and act differently, right? Treat each other differently after you see the show.
Wow. So, you're coming all the way from Chicago. You got to tell us how you got connected to Andrew, how you got connected to this production. Tell us all about that.
Yes, so I was directing a play called The Royale by Marco Ramirez, and there was a Seattle actor named Reggie in that play. And so John Langs, who was the artistic director of ACT at the time, saw that play. And again, that play is about Jack Johnson. If you don't know the story of Jack Johnson, he's historically a black boxer whose story was literally tried to be hidden by our government. He beat the Great White Hope back in the day, and so cameras were also coming to be at that time, and when they realized he was gonna beat the white champion, they shut off the cameras, right? And so it is ways that, again, our stories, our legacies sometimes are hidden, and we wonder why, and it's sometimes actually it was intentional, right? And so he saw that play and the power of just giving that man his due on stage. He said, please come to Seattle. I got the script and I read it, and that's what really got me here. I didn't know Andrew yet. I didn't know the theater. I didn't know the city. but the play is the thing. And so when I read Golden, the rhythm of the play, the slice of life that it is, I mean, it's set in the Great Depression. The 2008 is the setting. And so we follow Morris Golden, the lead. He has his own laundromat, but it's by the string of his nails, he's holding on to it, but it's falling away from him. But like other great plays, his life is also on stage. And so we meet his wife, and things aren't going well there. And so the story really talks about us striving for this American dream that sometimes we're not sure what that really is, right? What is our definition of that? What does it take for change to happen, right? But Morris is a character that I think we learn from. We're gonna see this man go through a lot. His story is a tragedy, I'll say as well, but there is love, there is community, and we're trying to figure out what does it mean to leave and lay a legacy.
Yeah, this is so beautiful because, you were like, this is a Raisin in the Sun in this time. And when you just said that to me off camera, I thought, wow, I cannot wait to see this show. But also, I'm so grateful for the art form. And so for you, that leap from like being a part of theater in, your youth and in high school to now directing these kinds of productions. I mean, just tell me a bit about how that resonates with you, man, because that's powerful.
I mean, we saw early on, I started a company leaving college called Definition Theater, and our mission, we realized that people of color are allowed to be on stage. We were allowed to be in the posters. We were allowed to be the forward face. But when you look behind the scenes, we were missing, right? And so when you think about it, when you tell a story that is surrounding a certain community, the people building the world are the designers, is the director, right? We were building that world before the actors are even there. So we have to have representation, right? And so our mission quickly became to make sure we have people of color on and off stage, and especially in decision-making roles, right? We have ideas. We have stories. Sometimes we don't know how to make them theatrical per se, but that's why we're here to say, okay, we have a story, we want to figure out how to tell it, and then to say it's an art, it's a craft, right? What story you put on center stage, that's important. This play is brand new. It's the world premiere of this piece. So for me, also part of the attraction is we're putting our names, we're making history. By telling this story at this time, I know this play will be done over and over again. I work on plays that I think are corrections to the American canon that is really centered on that European white voice, right? And so my whole life has been given to making sure that more people of color are a part of that canon.
Oh my gosh, you are speaking my language.
I'm here.
I mean, seriously, when I talk about this show, that's really what this is about, right? It's like a direct reflection of brilliance that permeates our community day in and day out that oftentimes does not get the spotlight it deserves, right? And so being able to capture this in video format that may be useful to someone 50 years, 100 years from now to go, man, like they were telling these everyday stories, right? That were just inspiring. They're inspiring me to this day. Like that for me is so much of the thorough line, even for me in the work I do. So I really appreciate you sharing that because I always find this synergy when I'm absorbing live performance and theater and musical theater, ballet, opera, like all of these amazing venues and spaces that give way for stories to be told. And I think you're absolutely right in terms of you need diversity of how to wield the story in order for it to showcase its true reflection that was written on the paper. So I'm here with you 100%. I'm here with you 100%. Now, with this particular cast and crew, this is your first time working with Act Theater, So tell me a little bit about that and how it's been working out for you.
Well, it's incredible. I always take stock, again, on stage and off stage, wherever I am. And I'm called because I love to build ensembles, right? I think if people really get what it means to be an ensemble, like you said about your son, it changes your life in that you practice that spirit as well. And so the definition of ensemble is that everyone has to show up, right? Everyone here has a voice. Everyone is important, and they're all attributing something. If one person is not feeling good, we all don't feel good, right? That's a true ensemble. And so to come to a new city and man, see all the actors that are here, first of all, the talent that's here, but then to have some of the legends that I just picked. I didn't know they were legends, right? You could feel it when they walk in the room, that thing you talk about. When someone comes into a room, as a director, I'm looking for the person that matches the spirit of the character, right? Who's gonna make the choices that are in that storytelling world, right? I'm not trying to change anyone. I wanna see who's gonna reflect and be the mirror that we need. And so we have some powerhouse, I'll say the entire ensemble. We have a youth ensemble as well. There's a young woman named Zora in the play that represents our future as well. And man, this play is again about legacy. So we have almost every generation interacting with each other, set in a laundromat. I've never seen a play set in a laundromat, right? And so that era of like, again, we want to make sure that people realize you never know who you're passing, what they're going through, and that they have a story that, right, they may need your help, right? You don't know where we're at. And so kindness is free. That's still something that we want to push, right? But it's empathy at the end of the day. Put yourself in someone else's shoes, right? We never know what someone's going through. And so this play, you see, it's like a highway to me. I keep saying people come in and out. They're coming for their laundry, but they leave with so much more.
Wow. You know, I as soon as I saw just some little snippets of the set design, I was like, yes, this is good vibes. You can tell. And what I love is, I think because my son is coming off of A Raisin in the Sun, and I'm thinking about just like how people at that time were experiencing the story being told then, that's what I'm already ready to experience with Golden, where I'm like, yo, like I get to be at the world premiere of this thing, right? Like the idea that what I love, and I love this particularly for the Pacific Northwest and Seattle, is that we are predominantly white region, okay? Just not even just the city or the state, like this region. But the fact that there is so many great hidden gems here that are really becoming less and less hidden, right? When you talk about, you know, some powerhouses being in this ensemble, I love it because, yeah, they're right here. They're rooted here. The beauty is we don't always have to seek outside of us to pull that brilliance out. And so I'm so looking forward to it and to your brilliance. Of course, I'm just grateful for your time. I'm so grateful that the connection was made by Act Theater to get you up here from Chicago.
Yes.
And before I let you go, you're doing some fantastic work in Chicago. Just tell us a bit about it.
Man, Definition Theater right now is building a new space from the ground up on land in which Lorraine Hansberry's father owned. And so everything you're saying today, I mean, the serendipity of the timing for us, I believe in that. There's a reason why I met you as well, right? And so your story about your son is inspiring me to continue to do what we're doing there. And so we're ensemble theater to say, and so that's our biggest thing. It's a new black box theater, just like a replica of the one I walked in and was inspired as a high school student. Incredible board. We don't fight our board members. We have incredible support behind us. And again, we're a Black-led, Black-founded organization from 2012. And so it's been a dream to live in a legacy and know as an artist, I have a place that will continue to be the environment that I hope and dream for that I didn't see growing up.
Oh my gosh, Tyrone, thank you so much.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, no, I'm like, hey y'all, I'm telling you, I could geek out all day on this, but of course I want to give you time too. If folks are wanting to connect with you, make sure they come and see the show, look right here, just let them know.
Yes, definitely come and see the world premiere of Golden. This is Act's 49th world premiere. Andrew Lee Creech is writing an amazing play. Please join us, y'all. It's April 26th through May 11th. I hope to see you at the theater.
Wow. Tyrone, thanks so much for the work you're doing. I can't wait to stay connected with you.
I can't wait either.
Anytime you're back
to Seattle. Coming back.
Anytime you're here, you stop at the Day with Trae. Let us know what you got going on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all, it's always great to add another family member to the Day with Trae fam. I'm so excited to wrap all this up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Day with Trae.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Getting the scholarship really changed the conversation. It went from, no, I can do school in my free time and make it work, to I could only focus on school and I could be the best I can be every single day. I can soak up everything. I can read before class and make sure I'm not just learning enough to pass a test. Like I could really pour all my time into school. That's what having a Seattle College Foundation Scholarship did for me.
In Seattle, It's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guests in the building. Y'all, it has been like synergy like no other. Tyrone Phillips bringing his brilliance to The Day with Trae today, and also sharing with you all some insights of what you can expect when you find yourself in the audience for Gold and playing at Act Theater the 26th of April through May 11th. Y'all definitely have some time to get your tickets today, and I'm encouraging you to do that. This is one of those quintessential moments in time where you realize that you get to be a part of something that will be told over and over and over again. And this is so special that right here in our city, we have amazing works like this happening on a stage that we have access to. So I'm telling y'all now, get your tickets today and definitely be inspired by Tyrone's story as much as I was. You know, it takes something in us to be that spark. And if we follow it, we normally are going to get to the end of something incredible that we could have never imagined in terms of our own contribution to something bigger than us, grander than us. And so I'm so inspired by his story. I want y'all to be inspired, because whatever that spark is for you, follow it to get to that place where we all get to benefit from your brilliance. Thanks so much for watching today, y'all. You know I'll be back with you tomorrow. And until then at 11 a.m., peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.